Welcome to the Inner Athlete Podcast, where we help young athletes, parents, and coaches build strong, resilient, and high-performing athletes for sport and life. I'm Trent Peter He, head strength and conditioning coach and founder of Inner Athlete. Each episode, we break down the training, mindset, and habits that actually matter, from strength and speed development to injury prevention, confidence, and long-term athletic growth. Whether you're a parent trying to support your child or an athlete chasing their potential, you're in the right place. Let's get into today's episode.
But I think when you're really at like the top 1% of your sport, you can't afford to actually look at what everyone else is doing. You actually need to look at what you're doing. Because at the younger levels, if you did what someone else is doing, you're probably going to get better. But it doesn't mean as you get older, necessarily you are going to get better at doing that moving forward. But the person like Cam McAvoy is setting a trend of actually identifying swimmers should be spending more time in the gym, especially if you're a sprinter. So I think we sometimes fail, and this is coaches, athletes, administrators, parents, fail to kind of look at, all right, what am I doing? What's working well? What am I contributing to that? And then what's not working well, and how am I contributing to that as well? And then making those adjustments, because as you mentioned, you got a journal, you got a training diary. You track it, but you can also start to pick up on trends as you're writing things down. It's like, what am I actually doing that's I may not have considered it a hindrance to my development, but now I see it more often than not that this is actually not helping me. Then I need to make some changes, and that's an ego thing. You know, when you start to drop that ego, you actually can start to be like, okay, I probably just need to drop this because, yes, I'm good at it, but it's probably not helping me as much if I just focus on the things I'm already good at. You're pondering your thoughts, mate.
I'm pondering.
You're pondering. All right, give me something to think about. Cool.
It was just well said. It's straight to the point. But it's also, I mean, having a bit of an ego is good. Yeah, like what you said, it's just like, it's good to a point, and then you just sort of need to focus, more on yourself, and less about feeding the ego.
Yeah, and I think the ego, like I said, the ego is not so necessarily a good or bad thing. Like, ego can be good. It's like, I believe in myself. I can do this. I can compete. Yeah. I can work hard. I'm going to do the best. If not, I'm going to give more than 110%, right?
Yeah.
So that's it. That's part of your ego. But then some people's egos can also get in their own way if it goes too far. It's like I'm better than this.
And on that point, the long run as well, very good. It's very beneficial the short run. But when you start, experiencing losses and stuff like that, your ego is not going to.
It's very emotional as well.
Oh yeah.
It's way too people become very emotionally invested, and sometimes that's where
I feel like you have to for swimming. You invest so much time in it, and to be like an non-emotional wall.
Yeah. Yeah. Some swimmers actually have felt like that as well. It's like you do have to become almost like detached.
Yeah.
As a swimmer in order to get the training in, and at some point in their careers, I was like. I'm done.
What am I doing? What am I doing here?
What's the point of this now?
Yeah.
And I think, talking about the sport as a whole, the sport is actually slowly changing. I think it's becoming a lot more competitive. There's been more endorsement deals. It's one of the most highly participation-wise. There's a high participation rate, especially in Australia as well. We're the second biggest country when it comes to participation in swimming. I think the US is number one on that side. So the sport's only growing, and then also I was speaking to a coach the other day in soccer, and it's like the world has become smaller. So the opportunities for yourself to go overseas is actually becoming easier. Before 10, 15 years ago, someone going over to the US was kind of unheard of. As well. So that's another thing in itself. But I want to talk more about who's actually been the biggest influence throughout your swimming career.
I have to go back to Brad. But all my coaches, really. Lex helped me with my breaststroke. Just back to Vic Center. Brad with the suit. in with the mentality, and I had the opportunity to not be under, but sort of be coached by Joel from Nunawading. It was through the Swimming Victoria Pathways Tri-Series. Awesome experience. I feel like with that type of stuff, camps, you have to go. It's valuable, very valuable experience for swimmers. But basically, Joel's mentality was, this is the first day, and so for every race, or for every day, it's like this is the first day of racing. So you're obviously getting more fatigued, and it was just very psychological.
Yeah, essentially, yeah.
Yeah, and it worked because I bought into it. Yeah, this is the first day. I'm tired, but this is the first day, so I need to perform. I need to push.
This is day one, yeah.
Yeah, This is day one. I thought that was very valuable. I never heard of that before, and I'm sure he uses all types of other stuff. But for Tri-Series, it was a very fast pool. It was the Ballarat pool, super fast. Yeah. But it was very psychological.
Yeah, and then also talk about, like, obviously you're speaking about your coaches. What's your parents' role been in this?
Awesome. I'm very fortunate to have the ability to do multiple things. Growing up, I did soccer at the start, played guitar, piano, so I did all these other types of disciplines. This is outside of swimming, of course. And they were relentless with making sure that I have the opportunity to do other things as well. Yeah. Obviously for swimming as well, like they didn't stop to he has to do camps. Let's do camps. Let's just do everything basically. Not give any opportunity I miss. And particularly my dad waking up at 5 in the morning, 4:45 actually.
Damn.
To drive me. I mean, now I get to drive, so I get to wake up. He gets to sleep. He gets sleeps, which is
he's earned his rest.
He's earned his rest.
He's earned his rest.
Yes. And my mum for making all the food. So yeah.
Excellent baker.
Oh yeah, she's awesome. Yeah. But yeah, I'm internally in debt to my parents. They've really driven my swimming journey. Because without them, I wouldn't have the resources to keep paying for training, to drive, obviously, and also to open these opportunities to help me, reach out and stuff like that, and be a part of, Pathways program and being involved with different squads, and yeah.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing I've seen from you is like whatever the opportunity has been provided, whether it is obviously for myself coming in and being a part of this, changing the gym program, you've just kind of like you've stepped in 100%, and you're just like, and it's like, all right, I'm gonna see this through, even though you were skeptical of some things, right? But you were just like, I think it's okay to be skeptical as well if you've never experienced, or your knowledge of it is is not there as of yet. I think it's important to be skeptical and ask questions. But you've kind of like stepped in the whole process, asked questions along the way if something didn't make sense, which I think is what any athlete should do, is ask questions along the way. And
when in Rome.
Yeah, when in Rome, essentially. And then
do as the Romans do.
Yeah, you've taken up all the opportunities that have come up as well, and then you've invested your energy at that time into those opportunities, like you said with the Tri-Series. When you did the camp with them, you took it up. And you just, you went, you put all your energy and time and focus into it whilst you were there. And then when you weren't there, there was like almost like you didn't even think of it. There weren't any regrets when you were there. Like you didn't feel like, oh, I could have put in an extra 10% or something like that.
Yeah.
None of that was there.
I don't know if this was the same camp, but I did sleep in that one time. And I missed breakfast. And so,
oh no!
And so Luca and all his group, Liam Paulson, Eli Billman, they all came into my room, and then they were like, "Wake up, wake up, wake up!"
That's a rookie mistake.
Yeah. I'm actually a light sleeper, so any noise, I basically woke up when the door opened, and so I'm like, "Oh crap!" And I only had like 5 minutes to eat like a croissant or something, and straight to training.
Oh.
Yeah, but
You should have just dunked that in honey. It would have picked it up. It would have soaked it up really well.
Yeah.
That would have been actually, let's give you your next move for croissant and honey.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, it actually does, yeah.
Banana and honey before training. Very good.
Yeah. I think it is a goated move.
It is very good.
Yeah, especially in between with gym and gym and swim. Just having something quick.
Yeah.
Nutrition-wise, you're actually going to get pretty much looked after whilst you go to Kentucky. But did you want to just talk about the process of how you got scouted to and then signing with them?
Yeah. I mean, they reached out to me on Instagram. And it all started from there, really.
They're slid into your DMs.
Yeah, it was like a business chat. And so, just did calls and stuff like that. Scout. I was sort of interested, with their program. It's gonna be quite intense. It's gonna be like 9 times plus 5 times gym. So I don't know how that's gonna work, but I'm excited. I'm gonna do the exact same thing. Just go full into it. Bring all the experience I've learned from here to there. I was actually most interested because at the moment, maybe Allison and Jeremy, they're sort of like with me for some of the stuff, but I need that sort of experience where as I'm racing, I'm training with people my age who are sort of similar standard and goals and speed, especially because for the past maybe 5 or so years, it's just been trying to push forward internally, so it's not externally, which is fine. But at a point, you also need to have a friend that's also similar standard and that can push you as well. In that way, and obviously Kentucky offers that as well. So
big swim program over there.
Yeah, and unlimited meal swipes. So
man,
excited.
Oh no, yeah, mate, you're gonna love
food. Is not gonna be a problem.
You're gonna love breakfast, mate.
Oh yeah,
breakfast you're gonna absolutely enjoy. Especially your morning swims. Getting breakfast straight afterwards, mate.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be a good life for you.
If you're getting value from the Inner Athlete podcast, make sure you like, subscribe, and leave a review. It helps more parents and young athletes find the right guidance and keeps this podcast growing. Back to the show.
And then, when you're having the conversation with the scout, and have you had a conversation with the head coach there as well?
Yeah.
What was that conversation like with them?
It was basically they wanted to see if I had the mentality to push through, because it wasn't just like a physical standard. Obviously, I have some of the time. I've got the times for NCAA and stuff like that. But like what you said, do I have the coachability? Am I able to go to the next step? I could bring in my speed, but what more can I bring? Do I have the ability to cheer on my mates around me so I can push them as well?
Yep.
So, because if all the swimmers are just to themselves and they're not really encouraging each other, I'm very I'm glad that MSC was sort of everyone was cheering themselves, cheering everybody on, giving fist pumps before and after sets, and so hopefully I can bring that also to their club. And if we all fist pump, then we can all move to the next level.
The one thing I like about the college sector, especially for individual sports, it's all boats rise with the tide. I can't remember. It was a US president that said that. So when the boat itself, so you think of like the college program, the Kentucky, when everyone's invested in it, everyone gets lifted and elevated over time. And the other part is they also have a lot of Olympians that compete at the NCAA level as well. So you're going to be amongst like a different crop of international talent. Whilst you're there, you're going to be living, breathing, sleeping,
the college experience,
eating, the sporting experience, the student athlete experience in that sense. And obviously you've got to study as well, but then also you're going to have to start balancing that that life of training, obviously being overseas, and I think a lot of athletes, really do eat up the opportunity and the experience. And, I'm not saying this is going to happen to you, but, a couple of athletes have gone overseas, whether it's D1, D2, D3. It hasn't been as the experience that they had hoped for as well. But I think, speaking to the coach and,
In what way?
It's almost like, I've had 2 athletes that went over there for soccer, and both of them, one's absolutely loving it. It's almost like it's in a small rural town, and there's not much around, but she absolutely loves it.
Yep.
And then someone went to a rural rural city outside of a major city, and they just struggled with it. So some people really do lap it up, and then some people, they don't. It's not for them, which is fine either way. But I think with Kentucky, big sporting culture there as well. So they're known for basketball. The football program is not too bad as well. They do get a few NFL draft picks that come through that, and their Olympic sports program. So you'll be able to experience the whole sporting culture whilst you're over there, because it's obviously been a big D1 school over there as well. But yeah, I'm excited for you, honestly.
I'm staying on campus, so everything is super close. Swimming and obviously studies, and so I don't need to travel too far. It's just all walking distance. So
yeah,
life's
gonna be good, mate. And then obviously you'll travel to meets and all that jazz.
Yeah. Supposedly, athletes like me, we get like free tickets to stuff. Those big sporting events.
Mate, you're gonna love it. Go to the football game. Go to the opening game. The opening game is gonna be electric, absolutely electric, and basketball as well.
Oh yeah.
Basketball, especially Kentucky, like the men's program gets like sold out.
Crazy.
Yeah, you're gonna love it, man. It's gonna be so much fun.
The hype is real.
When I was there, yes, it was. It was so much fun. For myself, and I'm pumped for you. Now, since you've been an athlete, you've also done some coaching.
Yep.
How are you finding that?
It's good. It's good. It's the really big problem is listening. Some kids, they just don't listen. You need to fix this, and they do the same thing. But it's just part of the process, I guess. And I'm quite new to the coaching side of things, so I can't say too much about it because I've got such little experience in that particular area. But listening needs to be a big focus.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a bit of a hard one. And honestly, it takes a lot of drilling in order for them to do it. But also, how do you keep that engagement? If you're, what's the age group that you're coaching at the moment? Like 8-year-olds, 9-year-olds.
Yeah, maybe a few 11-year-olds.
Okay, so it's not too bad. Yeah. So like the end of primary school. The only thing you might get is you might only get them really good for like half an hour, and the back half is just like.
Well, we play games at the back half, so
they're mentally switched off.
Yeah,
they're checked out.
Yeah, but I do a lot of actually learn to swim.
Yeah,
and so that's like ages from 3 to 6, 7, something like that.
Yeah.
And so less listening, but the kids get to know you after a while, and then it's sort of they just listen. But for the first 2 weeks, it's just tough because they don't want to take you seriously. But it's pretty simple. Just alignment. It's just basically the very fundamentals. Yes. And so it's not too complicated.
Yeah.
But I do like coaching because it's more my expertise, I would say, because I get to introduce more complicated skills because they already have the fundamentals. But drills that I do actually, I can't really give to learn to swim because it's just too complicated.
Yeah, they don't have the body awareness for it,
or even the listening capacity.
We might take a minute to explain it. And then after 15 seconds,
and it's just like, okay, just get a kickboard and start kicking.
Yeah,
head down.
Yeah, because I think the other part with kids as well, they love to compete, and as long as there's some sort of like outcome that's very outcome based, you'll find that a lot of younger kids are very outcome based. It's like you either do get it or you don't get it. You either win or you lose, or it's like they love competition. The one thing that I always encourage a lot of younger coaches is to find games where you can develop the skills but make it really like quite enjoyable for them. So you can find find like where do they like to compete. Like for example, with the soccer girls, there's we teach them contact work. Like we teach them the skills, right? But we have to do some sort of physical prep. So we might do like some sort of what we've been doing lately. We do like piggyback, belly to back carries. But that for them that's fun, that's enjoyable.
Yeah.
But the thing is, with contact sports, you do need to do some sort of physical prep work, and that's part of the prep work that we do before we're doing the skills, and then the skill component, and then we do some sort of a competition, like 1v1 competition.
Ooh. As
well. So that might be something to implement.
Prime time, but it's you're competing.
Well, what I was actually thinking is, how you have like a tug of war. The tug of war, right? You could actually do like a push version. So they hold onto a kickboard, and they're also
Well, we do that as well. It's kick war.
Yeah, kick war.
Yeah.
So there's plenty of things that you can do from a swimming perspective as well. Yeah. Whether it's like kick war, or you might get them to like almost like reach up. If you want them to really work on their kick power or something like that, they kind of like tread, and then boom, try and get them to pop up or something like that as well. Like reaching overhead, get as tall as they can out of the water or something like that. You want to teach streamline, don't teach streamline, just teach them to get as tall as possible with, put a stick. It's like, can you reach it?
You have just listened to the Inner Athlete podcast. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date with the release of weekly episodes. Be sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram to get great tips on all things youth athlete development and youth mentoring.